here at Nashville Superspeedway, the last Superspeedway on the schedule. It'll be a 75-lap race at 2x tire and fuel wear. It's going to be with a fast setup, and it'll be a fixed setup as well. And normally, whenever the car gets tight, the car plows into the corner. This time, drivers are going to be forced to deal with a very loose car here due to the aging asphalt at this Superspeedway. Currently, our first qualifying laps are starting to come in. We have Nicholas Sims on the pole, the 8 car with a 31.579. In second is the 24 of Jeffrey Silver with a 31.650, and in bringing up the rear of the field is the 2 of Carson Freeman with a 32.726. Our points leader is currently out this week due to I think he's got like I think builders were at his house or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. Have y'all done y'all's second lap?
I'm done.
All right.
Done.
All right. It doesn't appear that the field has changed any. A lot of points to be picked up today. First and second get 20 and 18 points respectively, while third gets, I believe, 8 or 7, one of the two. For two of these drivers, they're going to have a good day today. For one of them, not so much.
Wow.
Single points.
Oh, man.
I mean, to be fair, the worst you can get is third. To be fair. All right.
Jeffrey's starting to kill me. Like explain.
Drivers, stop your engines!
And there's the call. And we are rolling, as previously mentioned. Nick has the pole starting on the inside row. On the outside row is Jeffrey in the 24 car, and bringing up the rear of the field would be the 2 of Carson Freeman. Cautions are on. Although I doubt there would be many. Unless someone wreaks havoc. Pace car is in. And Nicholas Sims will bring us green here at Nashville Superspeedway. Immediately the field stretches out some. Drivers trying to find their footing here. The 8 and 24 are right behind one another in points. Both of these drivers need it bad. lap 1. Jeffrey Hahn on his tail. most likely play into pit strategy. Jeffrey's going to go high. They're side by side going down the backstretch. Nick lets him have it. Far too early for a fight. New leader. The 24 of Jeffrey Silver. Oh, if only this could animate steering wheels. I can guarantee you people were probably pulling out the wheel like crazy right about now. Nick getting a good run off the corner here. Going low to get around Jeffrey. Another lead change. Nick getting a lot of room to run. Carson regaining his time lost. Went from 4 seconds back to 2. Jeffrey now into the wall. Carson's going to try to go around him. Carson now into the infield. Looks like Jeffrey's catching back up with the 8. .24 all over the back bumper. Jeffrey looks like he's going to try to bank a pass on the outside. Can he get there? It looks like he does. Laps in already. Already a lot of positions being swapped for first and second. Both, as mentioned, the 24 and the 8 are neck and neck in points currently. There's about a 20-point difference between the two. Extending his lead is for about a second ahead. It's still anyone's race. Jeffrey currently has 145 points compared to Nick's 162, and Jeffrey's into the wall. Nick's gonna make a pass. Another lead change. This is for, I believe, second in points. or for third, technically. Both drivers are eligible for second and third. Nick now extending his lead, about 1.5 seconds ahead now. And it's still anybody's race. The leaders could wreck here at any time, and that'll open up a shot for the 2 car. It's about 5 or 6 seconds? About 6 seconds back, almost 7. Whole lot of points up for grabs here. And we're winding it down with about, including this race, about 4 races left for this year before summer vacation. Jeffrey's still back there. Only about a second behind. Tire wear's probably starting to eat into him now. Those who have been pushing hard this whole time are falling like a rock. Seems like the 2 car going into the pits. Now on fresh tires. Looks like 24 trying to get around him. Not gonna stick. Nick dives low. Jeffrey going high again. 2 wide down the backstretch. Looks like Jeffrey is still there, and he gets around him after the 8 hits the apron a little bit. Jeffrey now into the wall again. 24 cuts down on the 8. Pushes him into the infield. Here comes the 2 car trying to get one of his laps back. Carson going around, trying to, but that wall just stuck into him. Nick now half a second behind the 24. Carson looking up high. They're now 2 wide. It looks like Carson will get around Nick, who lets him go. Carson now trying to get around the 24, trying to get one of his laps back still. Carson goes high, Jeffrey goes low, he lets him make the pass. Looks like Carson will be able to get one of his laps back as Jeffrey gets into the wall, and that's going to open up an opportunity for the 8 to go by. No caution. Another lead change. Jeffrey slowly catching back up. Both of these drivers have been within a second of one another this entire time. As mentioned before, it's still anyone's race. Both drivers now into the wall. Jeffrey's going to try to make a pass around the 8. The 8 spins. Gets it back going. No caution. That's going to give a massive run for the 24 car. Lap 26, almost halfway already. Jeffrey now into the wall again. Had to downshift a little, I could hear it. That's going to give time for the 8 to catch back up some. Nick already into the pits. Second car this time, coming in for a fresh set of gas and tires. Jeffrey once again into the wall, already struggling with that car. Cuts through the apron just a little bit. And that's going to give the 24 a massive lead. However, he's going to be on old tires and gas, while the 8 car, still in his pit stall, is going to have fresh tires and gas. The field is now spread. Now both the 8 and the 2 are now 1 lap behind the leader. Seems like Nick was able to get it back up and going again. The 8 now at the bottom. Carson, Freeman now in position for 18 possible points. However, Carson was the first one in. He has worse tires than Nick, but better tires than Jeffrey, who's been out this entire time. Jeffrey now on older, much older tires, having to downshift it through the corners. It seems like he's now going into the pits. And that's going to give the 8 and the 2 to catch back up an opportunity. If Carson plays his cards right, that'll make him the new leader. And that would give everyone an opportunity to lead. The 2 of Carson Freeman now back on the lead lap. Now he's back on the lead lap, about 40 seconds behind. The 8 car only 3 seconds back from the 2. Carson now into the wall. Where is the 24 in all this? Jeffrey back out. See where that puts everybody once he crosses the line. The 2 is now your new leader. Every car in this field has led at least one lap. The 8 now coming up on Carson. Nick trying to go low. Carson blocks. It picks him up some. Nick's going to try to go to the bottom. Nick's going to try and block him off from it. Nick's now into the infield. So is Carson. Carson going exceptionally low. The 8 picks him up. Kind of dumps him from a little bit. Caution is out. First caution of the day. Pace car is in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Let's review that replay really fast. Both drivers extremely squirrely. Carson trying to come down. Meanwhile, seems like that 8 car also comes up at the same time. Both drivers with medium range to relatively new tires. Let's see who goes into the pits. It looks like the 2 changed his mind. Or is this a pit stall? Is this a pits? No, it's not. It's not the pits. It looks like everybody stays out. Lights are still on the pace car. The 2 of Carson goes in. The 8 and 24 of Nicholas Sims and Jeffrey Silver stay out. I believe up before the caution, both cars had relatively new tires. This is going to give Carson an opportunity to get up there with him. That might give Carson an edge with relatively new tires. We're right at the halfway point of this race. Still anyone's game. Carson now leaving his pit stall. Pace car is now currently coming out of, or going into turn 3. Coming out of turn 4. That's going to allow the 2 car to catch up. I believe we are going green next time by. Did they tell you all to line up in single file or double file? Did they tell you all to line up in single? Single? A single file restart this time by. Hopefully nobody runs over anybody. Pace car is coming out of turn 2. Pace car is in. And the 8 of Nicholas Sims is going to bring us back under green here at Nashville Superspeedway. Already the 24 trying to get around the 8. But he falls back in the line. Scrubbing the wall a little bit. Both cars still neck and neck with one another. Everyone now back on the lead lap. For those just tuning in, we're just over the halfway point. We just had our first caution of the race. Both the 8 and the 24 need this win in order to catch up with second, which is currently being held by the 18 of PJ. Jeffrey's going to try and make a pass down low, but the 8 is going to let him by. Jeffrey makes the pass work. All 3 cars within 3 seconds of one another. It is still anyone's race. Jeffrey now into the wall. He comes down a little bit. That's going to hold up the 8 some. And as long as the 2 car took the corner correctly, that's going to let him catch up a bit. And he is. Jeffrey taking the corner very high. All 3 cars now within a second of one another. Carson's going to take it 3 wide, and now the 2 is now your leader. Holy cow, what a move. Jeffrey's going to be all over the back bumper, though. He's going to try to make a pass up high. He's almost there. Still all over the back bumper. He turns him. That's going to be your second caution. Nope. Apparently not. I guess it's still green. It's still not over yet. Because at any time, anyone's tires could give out. Seems like that 2 car is going to be catching up by a couple seconds. Went from 13.05, I think, to 12.94. So Nick is either saving his tires or they're just now starting to give out again. Seems like the 2 now passed the 24. Jeffrey's now in pits. A good chance that one of these drivers are going to have to pit again before this race is over. .24 now be going a lap down. Now we're at lap 50 for those tuning in, and the contact between the 2 and the 24 left them about 117 seconds back, and the other one about a lap behind. So unless there's another caution, or the 8 car has to pit, then there's not much hope left for the 24. Looks like the 24 of Jeffrey's going to try and get his lap back from Carson. Who is 21 seconds behind the 8. Caution's out again. Ooh, the back bumper of that 24 all tore up. Something must have happened. I mean, it looks like he just kind of drove right into him. Second caution's out. I honestly don't know whose fault that was at that point. The 8 now going into the pits. For fresh tires and gas. $20 to go here. 20 to go. How you feeling, bud? How you feeling? How you feeling?
Tired.
Tired. Looks like that will make the 2. Or not. Interesting. It looks like everyone else is going into the pits as well. Both cars tore to pieces just about. Especially on the back end of that 24 car. In some instances, they'll cut the back bumper off. The 24 having to back up. Looks like everyone's a lap down now. Except for the 8. There's now no back bumper on that 24 car. Wow. Pace car is currently coming out of turn 2. I think lights are out. We are going green this time by. Nick, how do they want you to line up? How do they want you to line up? Double file?
Outside line.
Huh?
He wants me on the outside line.
Alright. Pace car is now in. And for the third time today, Nicholas Sims will bring us back under green. Kind of a botched start there. Did anybody get black flagged from that? That's the question. No?
No.
Alright. Well, the 2 getting his lap back. But not for long. The 8's already hounding the back bumper of that Dodge. 24 now into the wall. Self spins. No caution. 15 to go. Of Carson trying everything he can to stay ahead of that 8 car to keep his lap. Now retired. It's not what you want to see. It's now down to these 2. It wouldn't make much sense to fight the 2 since he's a lap down. Side by side, they touch. Both cars now into the wall. We stay under green. Ten to go. Technically 11. Now 10 to go. Nick desperately needing this in order to catch second for points. Less than 5 to go. No one contesting him. Two to go this time by. White flag is out. Nick desperately needs this win. Nick will win here at Nashville Superspeedway, the last Superspeedway race of the season. The rest is all cookie cutter ovals and short tracks. And Nick burns the tires down in turn 1. Carson being Carson. You know, for 3 cars, that was actually really intense leading up to the halfway point. There's your official standings.